The question 10 is derivative of an inverse function. I'll be very honest with you guys. When I was in my first year engineering, I believe we had this topic. And I used to struggle a lot. It never made sense to me. I will explain you in detail how to solve this, but first I will teach you the shortcut calculator method as well to solve any of the inverse functions. But before that, I'll just write down the formula. Whenever you have to find the inverse, they have told f as an inverse g of x, that is given to us. Now there is a formula for this. The derivative of g of x. This is what we need to find, right? The derivative of the inverse. So that is given as 1 divided by the derivative of f at g of x. So it's a little bit complicated. We have been told f derivative is inverse. Inverse is g. We need to know about the derivatives as well, isn't it? But f derivative is very simple. We can find it over here. But what about g derivative? That is what we need to solve from this given thing. Anyways, we'll do it step by step. Now let's take our calculators. This is the shortcut method. All you need to do is type the given function over here, x to the power 3 plus 4x minus 1. Then equals to whatever is given over here as a value, you just put it as minus 1, shift and solve. And what is the answer here? You're getting 0. So x value is 0. We got x is equal to 0 for this particular function. Now this, whatever you get, is basically g of x. I will tell you in a minute why and everything. So g derivative of x is equal to 1 by f derivative of this g of x is basically 0. Now how do we find the derivative? Derivative is given by this, shift and dy by dx, right? So given function derivative is x power 3 plus 4x minus 1, sorry, it's minus 1, and what x value is 0. So the answer is 4. But remember, this answer is 4. The derivative of g of x is 1 by 4. That is the final answer. You can see in the solution set, it must be 1 by 4. Whatever method you use, answer will be 1 by 4. That's it. So I'll just do this shortcut method and then I'll explain you the detailed method. So let me do this. X to the power 5. See, we don't have mod phi 3. Why? Because there is no power phi and all to be solved directly. So we use this direct substitution. Write the given question and make it equal to what? Minus 2. Shift and solve and then press equal to. The answer is again 0 here. The answer will be generally 0, 1, 2 or minus 1, minus 2 within that range. Now, whatever the answer you get, just derive this. Shift dy by dx, x power 5 plus 4x minus 2 at, what was the answer we got? We got 0. So the answer is again 4. It's 1 by 4, the final answer. Let me just do one more because I want some other answer, you know. So this is the first, and 17 and 18 are the same answers, 1 by 4, 1 by 4. Let me just quickly do this in calculator. Again, type it out. X to the power 5 plus 3x cubed plus x over here equals how much? It's 5. Shift and solve and then press equal to. The answer over here is 1. So now we derive this particular function at 1. X to the power 5 plus 3x cubed and we have plus x. The x value should be given as 1. Okay, 15. So the final answer will be 1 divided by 15. You can see here. This is it. So that is the shortcut method. Since it's the electronic part, the shortcut method is more than enough. You can do all the other problems like that. But now, if you're really interested on what's exactly happening, why are we doing this, let me tell you. First of all, you need to understand we have been told f of x inverse is g of x. Okay? And then we have been not told to find inverse function, we have been told to find the derivative of that at some particular value x. Okay, so that's the thing. Now then, let us try to make sense of few things. imagine I have f inverse of x. Now this is given as a, that's fine. I'll take it as x because already the function is in x, so they have given a. Let's consider that to be x itself. Let me write the formula first. It is not f. Derivative of g of x is given as 1 by f derivative of g of x. Okay. So here, for each function, you have x and y values, right? Now imagine x, y here. What about the inverse function? Inverse will be y and x, isn't it? So now the same thing here. What is the input? X is the input, y is the final answer. That will be swapped over here for this given function. Here we have y and x. That's the reality of the inverse. You can ignore these derivatives because we're using the formula, right? So instead of this, let me write it as x input value of the function f. And when we put it, whatever over here, say imagine I put 0, it'll be 0, 0, and then 1. The output will be 1. That will be the answer. But for the function g of x, because it's inverse, whatever you give y of f will be here. So let me just consider this to be x of the g function and y of g function. Now you can see here these both values are equal, right? Because y becomes input. The output of f of x becomes the input for the inverse function. That is the inverse, basically. That's the rule of the inverse. So these both are equal and these both are equal. Now here we have been given a value. A means the x value. See, now if I had written this as a, that's the input value, isn't it? So for a second, let me consider that to be x itself, because over here I've written an x. I shouldn't have written it, but anyways, the given function, imagine, is something else. Now here, what I know is the input of the g, this part. So input over here is -2. So what is -2 then? The output of the given function is also -2. Y of f is -2. So this entire thing is equal to -2. Doesn't matter what, because we know, because this input value is told, we have to find at that value, so the output becomes equals to -2. So that is the reason in the step 1 I tell you, just in the calculator put all this equals to the given function, because that is the output. Now whatever you solve, you'll get what? X value. X value was equal to something. We can just do it in the calculator. We'll get one x value. That x value, now just for let me just look into the answer and let me see. Here, what is the x value? We get -2. No, not that. -1, okay? So when we put in the calculator, we get x of -1. This is the input of the given function, which becomes the output of this one, right? So that is the thing. Now, what is the output basically? G of x means it's y value. So this entire thing, y is basically this entire, this given function, right? So that is the -1, whatever we find. See, look here. The input of the function f of x is basically the output of the inverse function. So the inverse function is basically equals -1. So that's why we change this to -1, and then we just have to derive it at -1 and 1 divided by that. So that is the understanding behind it. But for example, when I was doing my first year engineering, I used to always be so much confused with this concept. I don't know exactly which year, but I still remember when I studied, I used to hate this because I never could wrap around that thing. And it's fine because it's an electronic part. You can use your calculators directly and solve it. So you guys are lucky in that part. So here we will again use our calculators and solve this. All you need to do is write the given function, x to the power 3 plus 2x plus 1. And you just have to make it equal to, what is the given value? A value is -2. Shift and solve. The answer is -1. So now you need to derive this given function, x power 3 plus 2x plus 1 at -1, because we got the x value. So the answer is 5. The final answer must be 1 by 5. Similarly, you can, okay, this is now square root. I will solve this one as well. Let me just go to the last problem once. Let me see. Yeah, these both. I'll do this one. It looks more complicated. This is very straightforward. You can do it. Same method like what I'm doing now. So let's write square root x to the power 5. Then we have plus 4x cubed plus 3x plus 1. This all will be equal to whatever given value is 3. Shift and solve and then press equal to. The answer is 1. So now I need to derive this given function. Square root x power 5 plus 4x cubed plus 3x plus 1. You need to, the x value was 1, I guess. I just forgot, we got a while ago. I think so it was 1. Let me just quickly check the x value first. Yeah, it is 1 itself. Yeah, so whatever answer we got is correct. Now here, whatever this answer, we have to take 1 divided by, right? So this inverse we need to find. It's basically 1 divided by 10 by 3. That means it'll flip, it'll be 3 by 10. That'll be the final answer. Or you can just, whatever the answer you get, you can put it as inverse. That is the final answer. Because remember, we are finding the derivative, f derivative of 1. We found in the calculator that was 10 by 3. But that is 1 divided by. So when it goes up, it'll be 3 divided by 10. So that's how we could solve these easily in the calculator. If you have any doubts, please post them in the comments. And remember, this is in the electronic part. So you will be given 4 options and there is no need of any writing method. So you can just do the calculator method, which I just taught you.